when you start looking at life as in not the world's view, and the world's view don't just gotta be a meaning of like alcohol, sex, drugs. Like it go deeper than that, like way deeper. It go way deeper. You gotta start looking at it as like a soul, you know what I mean? Like you a soul in a body. Ain't nothing else there's nothing to be scared about, but you a soul in a body. You know what I'm saying? This is the body that God gave us. And that's what I mean when you gotta look at it as that. So when you like walking around, like the way to get out that, I call it a program mindset, because that's just what it is. We are not of the world. And I say that every time because a lot of times we don't, take it in. Take it in don't just mean just reading it and then just, okay, yeah, I got it. Nah, reading it, understanding it, and applying it. When you walk around, the way to practice that is start like, I'm not gonna lie, when I be walking around, I just, like how I said before one of my videos, like I start being aware of more stuff, like see how this person like acting, see how, you know what I mean? Like just looking around, I'll look at, you know what I mean? Sometimes it be sounding crazy, but I'll be doing it. Like I'll look at my hands or something. I'm like, I'm real deal, walking in the world. Like I'm real deal, like, you know what I mean? A soul in a body. And these ain't things to be look at it as crazy or nothing like that. It's just more so you got, you know what I mean? You getting back in control. We haven't been in control in I don't know how long. Like now we in the mental aspect game of stuff. Like now we in a programming up here. They trying to program us up here. So that's when you got to start gaining control of up here first. When you gain control up here, you don't got to walk around all crazy and like, and I've said it before, when you woke and you start peeping and stuff, like you don't gotta go out being crazy, like, oh my gosh, like you don't gotta go out acting and being crazy. You can walk around still being woke, you know what I mean, and still be chill about stuff, knowing is deeper than what it is. You understand me? So that's the key. You got to get this back. A lot of times we fall back to old stuff, or we fall back, and this happens plenty of times. And I've been a victim of it too, where you hear a word and then a week later you going back to the same thing, but when you heard that word, you like, oh yeah, nah, this, I'm done. I'm going right back to, you know what I mean? I'm going right back to the real me. I'm going back to my routine. I'm going back to this. And then a week later, you're going, you know what I mean? You're going the opposite way. And that always happens because we have a programmed mindset. If you don't ever unprogram your mind, you will always go back to the same things. So that's why I speak about it. The things I speak about is not self-glory. I'm here to speak to y'all and show y'all already got it up here. It's already inside of you. God said he lives inside of us. So we got to stop acting like it. A lot, we walk around like we don't know nothing. It's bigger than just reading the Bible 20 times. If you don't understand it, if you don't like really truly understand, there's a difference between reading and understanding. It's bigger than just going around and worshiping preachers. It's bigger than just going around and just going into the church and giving them your money. It's bigger than just going, y'all, we got to start really waking up. So that's why I be talking about having an unprogrammed mindset, because we got to gain control up here. We don't ever gain control up here, we'll never be where God needs us to be. We got to start walking around like we know what's going on. You know what I mean? We got to start realizing that we live in a world that is controlling, but they controlling it through here. And they controlling the religion. They controlling, you know what I mean? Like they do it. That's how the devil be prancing around, because he make it seem that it's not that serious. He make it seem that it's like, oh, it's okay. Oh, it's, you know what I mean? Like we just having fun. And I say that to say it's the same stuff. The same stuff. Now, I don't want to put all the blame on the devil. I'm not here to do that, because a lot of things we do, we go through self-sabotage too. You know what I mean? It's a difference between self-sabotage and errors of the enemy. Everything ain't errors of the enemy. A lot of the stuff we got to understand that we put it on ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, we got to understand we do that to ourselves, self-sabotage. The world and things make it seem so light, make it seem so like not that serious. And I say, again, I bring up food, and I always say it's bigger than the food, but we not gonna ever get out that unprogrammed mindset if you don't unprogram the little stuff. And well, food ain't little, it's real. And they always get you with that because they say they do the same thing every time. They say, oh, we just came out with, let's say, Little Caesar. They just came out with the Little Caesar puffs. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, everybody try it. It's okay. You know what I mean? They look like little kid stuff. You know what I mean? It don't look that, you don't look that serious when you start looking at the ingredients. You know what I mean? You start looking at what's really in this stuff. It's bigger than what it seemed like. You understand me? Like, okay, let's go to this. Let's go to New Year's Eve, Christmas, Thanksgiving. And they make it seem so little. Oh, we just having fun with the family. Oh, it's our birthday. Oh, we just gonna eat cake. Oh, it's Christmas. We just gonna do Christmas milk and cookies. Dairy is one of the deadliest things. They don't even be talking about it like that, but dairy is one of the deadliest things. It's a carcinogen. The oil we be baking with, you know, poured on our food. Vegetable oil, sunflower seed oil. I can go down the list. Canola oil, all these oils. And I don't want to just make this about just the food, but I'm telling y'all, I'm just trying to show y'all how they make it seem so little, but it's big. And that's how the devil works. Let's just start throwing little stuff here and there for them. Oh, it's nothing, man. We with our family, we can eat cookies. Or we with our family, we can eat canola oil. Or we with our family, let's go out to eat Chick-fil-A. It's the program. If you don't ever unprogram what's up here, you would never understand what the truth is. We can never understand what the truth is because we are so programmed to how they have it. And that goes even for religion. It go that deep. God, I don't agree with religion. I don't. And I know everybody say it, but that we still walk around programmed saying that. You can't be programmed still. You got to unprogram. And subconsciously, if I'm saying that right, the mind always goes back to what's comfortable. So if you seen, sometimes we be so scared that we so woke that it's like, dang, like what's real, what's fake? That's how it should be. That's nothing to be panicked about. That's how it should be. You should start being at peace now because God already said we're not of the world. So now that you woke, you like, okay, now you can walk around the world different. You know what I mean? And how they get you is because they want you to do what everybody else is doing. So if you're not doing what everybody else is doing, you're the odd man out. So now you look crazy. You know what I'm saying? If there's any time to wake up, the time is now. Like, if there's any time to wake up, time is now. I'm not doing no fear. I'm not moving out of fear. I'm not finna tell y'all this because in fear, I'm not doing none of that. I'm not here to put no fear into nobody and say, oh, if y'all don't wake up, nah. I'm just saying, if there's any time to start waking up, time is now. You know what you're supposed to been doing. You know what you're supposed to be doing. This ain't no new stuff. You can even hear what I'm talking about and know exactly what's going on. But a lot of times we go back to our old selves or go back to what we know because we're scared of the new. We can't be scared of the new no more. We know what we're supposed to be doing. And it's the reason why I always say it's bigger than just the food, because it's bigger than just having the aesthetic of plant-based. It's bigger than just having the aesthetic of vegan. You know what I mean? Looking good, or you know how it's like a trend now, like, oh, eat plant-based, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not here for the trends, bro. We're not here for the trends. It's because this stuff actually kills. This stuff actually programs. This food actually makes you depressed. This food actually gives you anxiety. So if we say God lives inside of us and we are his temple, what do we look like putting the stuff that is bringing us down, bringing us into depression, bringing us into anxiety? A lot of times we can't hear God, or we can't understand what God's trying to say, or we in a mode of, what is God trying to tell me to do? All you got to do is correct your temple. Correct your temple and correct it up here. God gonna speak to you more than you even realize. You might get so much like dreams and understandings where you like, yo, you don't even, you know what I mean? You don't even question. I don't even question when I hear from God, bro. I don't even question it. I don't even have a question in my heart. I don't even question if, dang, did I say that in my brain? No, I don't at all. And that's how you know it's from God, because you can real deal hear him. You can real deal understand what he's trying to get you from, but you can't, because we're so worried about ourselves. We're so worried about satisfying ourselves, trying to eat this programming food. So everything's covered up. The leaves is covered up on everything. We got to start taking these leaves off. The more we eat this programming food, the more we trying to go the world's route, the more we trying to worship religion, the more we do this, the programming of the world, the more time we wasting of truly understanding what God has for us on this earth, because God will reveal each and everything he say. And I'm probably paraphrasing, but he said, you won't understand now, but you will understand soon. He deep. God is deep. Start looking at stuff deep. And that's what I be so like I haven't read a lot of the Bible, y'all, and I need to work on that. I haven't read a lot, but that's why I'm not finna just sit here and act like I know everything either. But I'm telling y'all, I think deep. I feel like God blessed me with the right discernment of knowing when something ain't it. And so I try to relay the right messages to y'all. I'm not no preacher. I might not be the best talker. You know what I'm saying? So we got to start removing the clutter that's stopping us from hearing what he's trying to get to us. We got to remove the clutter. And one of those clutter is food. One of those clutter is lust. I just seen something on, I don't want to mess up what the person said, but the person said the Israelites were in the wilderness for 40 years when the trip was only supposed to take 11 days. They settled in the place they were meant to pass through. Think on that.